This is Lesson 3, Activity 1. So Lesson 3 is named Grid Moves, and so we're going to look at this kind of grid, which is called this kind of grid right here, which is called an isometric grid, and then also we're going to look at a normal graph paper, basically coordinate grid. So the main thing to notice, so the first activity is notice and wonder the isometric grid. And the main thing that kids just have to see in this activity is that there are lots of equilateral triangles. It's made entirely of equilateral triangles, and the angle of an equilateral triangle is 60 degrees. And so if you're given a 60-degree angle, then you can create multiples of 60 degrees. So 2 times 60 is 120 degrees. So this is a 120-degree angle right here, from here up to here. And it's 2 of these triangles put together. Or 3 times 60 is 180, which is basically on a straight line. 180-degree angle is a straight line. So 3 of those triangles goes halfway around a circle. 4 times 60 is 240, so 4 of those triangles. 5 times 60 is 300, so 5 of those triangles. And finally 6 of those triangles, basically a hexagon, is 360 degrees. So they're going to use this grid paper to make rotations of and analyze rotations of images. But there's lots of stuff you can do with isometric grid paper or isometric dot paper. So first of all, cubes just start popping out at you. As you stare at it, you start seeing cubes. And once you see cubes, isometric grid paper is great for drawing three-dimensional images. So I can just put a bunch of cubes in front of each other and get that kind of drawing. Stack some on top, keep going around. I can eventually create an E in 3 dimensions. So students generally really like to do this a lot. So here's Jennifer, written in 3 dimensions. Jack, written in 3 dimensions. Kind of playing around with a little bit different things that you can do with making the figure go in different directions. Now, I have put together a template for all of the letters from A through Z, all the letters of the alphabet, and I put all of these images basically into a folder for you, as well as a PDF of these 3 pages. So here's all the letters that students can have fun using on isometric dot paper or isometric grid paper to make their drawings. So there are cubes that are not colored at all. And I included some colored cubes. Now if you use these images, be sure to download them. Don't take a screenshot. So if you take a screenshot, you're going to get a background. If you download it, you won't get a background, and so therefore you can use the images in your drawings. The pink is the top, the red is the right side as you're looking at it from the front, and the orange is the left side as you're looking at it from the front. So the top is the pink, the right side is the red, and the left side is the orange. The rhombuses are included because in some cases, actually the triangles are included because in some cases parts of the side gets covered up. Alright, and so students will come up with very interesting things. So here's a heart that a student drew years ago. And if you just put a few cubes together, you start coming up with some interesting designs. And finally, you can use isometric dot paper to show factoring. So this is a factoring of 72. So length times width times height. So 2 times 4 times 9 is 72. So 2 units high, 4 units wide, and 9 units long, or a factor of 50. So 2 times 5 times 5. So 2 units high, and it's 5 wide and 5 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm showing another group of 10 to make it 60. So 2 times 6 times 5, or 2 layers of 30. So different ways to look at factoring.